Nom, 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 nom. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hang on. Hello, Yuki. Hello, Seer. Hello, Stream Elements. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday. How's everybody? Mine's been kind of like really okay, I guess. Senpai. Hello. Welcome. Senpai. I think wait. Senpai can mean uh senpai can mean wait, what is the word, what is the Japanese word for teacher? Is it senpai? No, it's not senpai, it's something else. Huh. Really weird. I don't know. How you doing, handsome devil dino hunter though? I'm doing fine. It's just I just went to did my laundry and went grocery shopping like earlier today. I should have gone earlier because now it's freaking cold. I went out at like I don't know, like 5 o'clock. Holy shit, it was so cold. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not nearly as cold as when I went outside earlier. I don't know why. Today like the midday, it was like really it felt like summer, but when I went to go get my groceries, it felt really cold, and I regretted not bringing in a bigger a better vest. So I had to just hurry up all the way to the shop, the market, the marketplace. So sucks. I do laundry on the attic. Lamout sucks. It sucks. You do groceries? Yeah, I do. I usually do groceries on Saturday, or sometimes when I'm late, when I'm like lazy and I don't want to go outside, I do them on Sunday. But that's really better, like rarely, mainly because during Sunday there's no specials or anything like that. So pretty much you have to hope that you'll find some specials on Saturdays. You're telling me you eat like me. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by like what did she mean by that? I told you. I think yesterday was it. Yeah, I said that. No, wait. I think it was on Thursday. I cook my own food. It is edible, but that doesn't mean it's good. I'm being stupid. No, I speak stupid, and I speak stupid, and I don't know, and I still don't understand myself sometimes. I don't understand people. People don't understand me. I'm 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 a society reject or deject. I'm dejected from society. But yeah, I went grocery shopping, laundry, and all that good stuff. Also bought I bought some what's it called, sweet bread, Mexican sweet bread, my beloved, and coffee. Although I already ate and drank the coffee already, so it's gone. I should have kept them with me up until stream. Then you would have heard me eat bread and drink coffee. I need taco ingredients. Go get taco ingredients. What kind of ingredients do you need? What you should make carne asada. Yes, hell yeah. Carne asada. Oh shit. Yeah. Now we have now that I moved to a different place, to a different apartment, we now have access to what's it called, a yard. So now we can finally cook meats with the grill. We don't have to worry about not having space for the grill. I need the shells, shredded cheese, and beef, sour cream. Oh, I see. Hmm. Fried chicken, meat, chicken meat. wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. Chicken is technically not meat. It's classified as poultry. Why? Meat is meat. I don't know why. Just call it meat. It's meat. Fajitas. Oh yeah, fajitas. Like slice of chicken breast. Num num. Yum yum. I prefer beef when it comes to tacos. Oh, I see. Nice. Nice. For beef. Actually, I don't think I eat beef that often. It's either chicken or pork. The stuff that I usually eat. Pork ribs. Pork ribs. Mm-mm. Those are, I don't know. Everything is like going up in like in price, and like yeah, the price is going up for everything. But the only thing that's been kind of like it's been relatively stable has been pork ribs. The price is been almost the same. Like 1 pound of pork ribs, it usually costs 3.50, I think, or $3. Yeah, it is $3. Holy crap! Que onda? Bienvenido, Tony. Welcome, welcome. Bienvenido, Tony el macho alfa barbudo. Oh, God. Oh, hell yeah. How do you say that in Spanish? Espero que hayas tenido un buen día o un lindo día. Is it un lindo día or a good day? Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Pork ribs with barbecue, elodie, and butter, and mashed potatoes with gravies. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But you want to know what the best one kinds of pork ribs there are is the grilled pork ribs. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, that reminds me that there is. Oh wait, no. I hope that it hasn't closed. So there is this what do you call it? Korean barbecue place that I used to go. That yeah, an old work, an old place that my really old job used to take us to, because I was like part of the I guess you could say the good people, uh, like the top dog or something like that when it comes to employees. So they would usually take us to a Korean place, Korean barbecue, and it was also a buffet. So I loved going there because there's this fish, mackerel, that I absolutely love, and that's where I found out about that fish, and I love that fish. It's so tasty. It's like pure fish meat and no bones, and even if you like bite into the bone, it's not nearly as bad as other fish where the bone kind of like gets stuck inside your teeth. Like you can chew the bone, and you won't feel a difference. That's how soft the bone for the mackerel is. Mm-mm. I love a Chinese place here called Dynasty. It's all you can eat buffet, and I feel like Snorlax after I'm done, but I'm still still like a Yuffie. Hell yeah! You got a, what do you call it? A fast metabolism, if I'm not mistaken. Yuki, I'm envious of you. You don't have to worry about exercising. Meanwhile, I have to watch what I eat, how much I eat, a lot of stuff that I have to not eat. Maybe, dude. I eat like 5 rounds. Shit, dude. I think then I feel like I feel I'm a vomit. Oh, you. I think I go for dessert. That's a that's a lot. That's a lot of food. Even if I try to eat that much, I think the most I can go to a buffet is probably two rounds. even if I like choose only stuff that doesn't fill you up easily, like rice, beans, or stuff like that, starches, and all that stuff. I can't eat that much. You are quite the person, Yuki. Damn. I'm also jealous of your ability to eat. I eat like a man model, like a babe, and Turok like a hell yeah. Get you a girl who is like a model. Like she's a machine. Yuki is no longer human. She's a freaking. She has transcended humanity. She's become a god. A goddess. Goddess. My bad. Sue me. No, I don't think. If I sue you, I'll probably inherit your debt. Whatever debt you have, I'll probably inherit that. So I will refi- I will not. I will not sue. No, do not sue. Otherwise, you'll inherit somebody else's debt. Oh god, that's so cool. I actually have a perfect credit. Oh no, I'm gonna steal that credit then. Would you mind? Would you mind giving me your? Would you like to join my special my special, what do you call it? My special program. All I need is your name, your address, your credit card number, and the 4 digits. I mean 3 digits on the back of your credit card. Dude, trust me. Have you ever been to jail? I've been in detention in high school, and that's it. I'm pure. I'm pure. I'm a sweet angel. You know the rice score? Yeah, the rice score. I think it's called that, the rice score. My score is 95. I think it's either 95 or 97. I can't remember. It's one of those, but or maybe 90. I don't remember. That's how pure I am. I've seen people with the freaking score in the 30s. I only been stopped because of my seatbelt because they think I'm a kid who stole. Oh man, you stole a car. Oh no, she stole a car. She's a kid who stole a car. Stop her. No. And then poor Yuki's like, no, I got a license. I got a license. What do you mean I'm a kid? I can picture that. Like, oh no, you know what? That's really weird. Getting carded because you stole a vehicle. Trying to prove that you didn't steal your vehicle. Blanca Palomita, hell yeah. She's a Blanca Palomita. Yuki is our local white dove. Ouch. Ouch. That hurt. Alright, so what else we gonna do? I forgot what I was going to do today. What was I going to do today? Hell yeah, let's go. Hang on a second. I gotta switch to we gotta switch to this scene. Turok Babyface Chronicles. Babyface. Oh, you're about to see some baby facing. Playing Mortal Kombat. I don't have Mortal Kombat. I do have my Xbox, but I don't got Mortal Kombat. Hang on. Here we go. There it is. Oh, wait, hang on. You should be able to hear the ambient music that I prepared. Oh, wait, there's also something else that I gotta prepare. Hang on a second. I'm gonna disappear for a second. Give me a second. Oh, wait, I gotta make this a little bit bigger. No, maybe bigger. No, a little bit bigger. There we go. Hell yeah. Wait, te la quiere meter monga, como decimos acá. Oh no. Don't do that. Hang on. I gotta move the BTube Studio to this monitor. And what else do I need? Twitch, YouTube. Okay, so this one I'm gonna have to pop it out. There we go. Oh wait. Screen capture, BitTube Studio. Here we go. There we go. I hope you enjoy this. I prepared it. Really cool. Really cool. Really cool. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller so it doesn't get in the way. I mean, it is gonna get in the way anyway, but you know what I mean. I should probably, you know what? I should probably make this also the same thing. You have hipster glasses. No, I use glasses anyway, so I might as well add them for immersion. The cover is actually pretty sweet. Just gotta fix his face. Hell yeah, yeah. They gotta fix the face, or maybe like get somebody else to redraw that face because it's really weird. I knew something was off the first time I saw the cover, but I couldn't put like my finger on it. And then yesterday, I think it was Seer or who said that Joshua looks like a baby. I think it was Seer. and now I can't unsee that. No, I don't like it. Darling, I dressed like him in New Year. As who? Johnny Cage. Oh. Oh. I can Melita or Kitana because they are the same kinda. Hell yeah. Malenia. Is that the one from Elden Ring? They got some weird sounding names. The Mortal Kombat characters. Well, the girls got a weird sounding names. I don't know. I don't get it why. Sonya and Johnny. Oh yeah, Sonya Blade. She's got. I from Mortal Kombat. I think trilogy it was. She's got like a really cool. Her clothes, the way she dresses in that game, it looks really good. Like almost sport like she's a gym kind of person. I like her. I think she's got like a tracksuit on with a bandana or like a sweatband, and I like it. Here we go. Lil May, she's cute. Oh, Lee May. I don't know who that one is. Oh wait, oh no, there's also gonna be a problem. Oh wait, never mind. There is no problem. There is no problem. Camouflage, sports bra, camo cargo pants, combat, and backwards cap. Wait, that's Sonya? No way. No way, that's Sonya Blade, is it? I cannot remember her, but I also don't remember her. Hang on a second. Let's see. Wait. And ponytail. Oh, that's your style. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh man, that's activating my almonds. That's activating all of my almonds. My monkey brain is being activated. Oh shit! You know what? I forgot about something else. I knew I forgot something else. But well, I can do that after stream. It's not something important. Based on the best-selling video game. Oh, don't forget fingerless gloves. I got fingerless gloves. I love fingerless gloves. Oh, wait. Have I ever shown the full body of my VTuber model? I don't think I have. I got Infarbio open. Let me quickly open it. Let me quickly open the full PNG of my model. Now, if only I could find out where I put it. No. Okay, so I'm looking for the current model, not the old model or the old PNG. Should be under screenshots. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Here it is. There I am. There I am. Oh, you know what I should have told? I should have told my artist to give me another fingerless globe. It looks weird when it's only one. Here we go. Look at it. Look at it. That me. It me. I think for some reason. I think I took the screenshot to the side because it looks like I'm like tilted to one side. Hell yeah. All right, let's see. Let's go. Time to read. I took a quick look at the novel and it's about 97 pages. Oh, it is 97 pages long. So I thought it was gonna take me a while to read, but it's not. It's probably gonna take me maybe 2 or 3 streams to finish the novel. And then we'll continue the next one. And then we'll continue the next one. And then we'll continue the last one. 4 novels total. Oh, and also there's for some reason there's also a freaking empty page. For whatever reason. Wait, you know what? I don't know if I should add a reverb. I can like quickly add the reverb. Let me see where my radio effect. I got a reverb. Open. Bright Studio. Okay. You know what? I think I want to use a reverb. Or maybe not. I kinda want to use a reverb, but I also kinda don't want to use a reverb. I think I'll opt out. I'll opt out of it. That sounds delicious. You want reverb? I can add reverb. I can definitely add reverb. Here we go. You know what? I'm gonna give you reverb sample because why not? I'm gonna open this right here. Then you will read the 2008 Turok novel. There is no such thing as that. I hope. I seriously hope that there is no such thing. What is Turok 2008? I've never heard of that. Exactly. That doesn't exist. Sounds like a library reading. Hell yeah. Wait, I gotta drink a little sip of water. For thousands of years, the eldest male of the Sequin tribe protected the passageway between Earth and the lost land of Galliana. In time, this eldest became known as Turok, protector of Earth, the mantle of Turok to be passed from one generation to the next in an unending battle to keep Earth from being destroyed. Turok, Way of the Warrior, Adventure number 1 by Michael Teitelbaum. By the way, this thing doesn't exist anymore. I was looking for where I like store the novels, and I freaked out for a bit because I couldn't find them, but they were in like my pictures. For whatever reason, I put them in my pictures folder. This book is a work of. You know what? Should I bother reading this? Nah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Chapter 1. The vicious reptile-like beast, known as a fireborn, skithered across the cave floor. It sensed it. Rather than heard the danger as an energy-charged thick arrow whistled through the air. Despite its hulk, the fireborn moved quickly, but it was too late. The arrow, a slender messenger of death, exploded upon impact as its tip punctured the scaly skull of the mutant dinosaur. A shower of warm reptilian flesh splattered the cave walls. Steamy droplets of blood down upon Carl Fireseed, the man responsible for firing the tech arrow. The blood of the Fireborn was as hot as molten lava, as hot as the core of Galliana, an unearthly dimension better known as the Lost Land, where Carl Fireseed now found himself doing battle. The Fireborn's blood would have roasted the tender flesh of any ordinary man, turning it into the color of crisp bacon. The intense heat in the caverns should have seared Fireseed's organs and charred his bones, but it did not. Because Carl Fireseed was no ordinary man. He was a Turok, defender of Earth, but right now he was as far from his home planet of Earth as one could get. The Heart of Fire talisman has protected me once again, Carl thought, as he fingered the sacred talisman and glanced at the burns on his flesh. Without it, I would have instantly burned to death. Focusing once again on the beast that surrounded him, Fireseed ignored the agony gnawing at his skin and sizzling his guts. Instead, he concentrated on fitting another energy-charged arrow to the string of his tech bow. He whipped around just in time to get a fireballs charging directly at him. He fired again. This time, the chest of the charging fireborn exploded. The mutilated creature fell to the dirt alongside the charred remains from other of his species. Carl Fireseed stared at the smoldering bodies. He thought of all the battles he had been in, all the creatures he had fought since he took over the mantle of Turok from his brother. During my time as Turok, I have encountered all manners of despicable creatures in this interdimensional sewer called the Lost Land, but these Fireborn heavily outnumber me. They may be the deadliest foes I have yet encountered. Carl Fireseed laughed softly to himself, surprised at how calm and analytical his mind could be, even at a time like this. As a Turok, he had learned to size up a situation before leaping into action. He watched now as a pack of Fireborn began to gather at the mouth of the cavern. Cut into the side of a volcano, the cavern served as a nursery. The incubator would soon be hatching young dinosaurs, then deadly mutant dinosaurs. Turok quickly surveyed his immediate surroundings. Within seconds, he realized that his only escape path was blocked. The sight of Turok near the eggs was working the Fireborns into a savage frenzy. Smoke seeped from their sizzling pores, and their whip-like tails slashed madly from side to side. No longer will they attack one by one, Carl concluded. He saw from the growing pack of Fireborns that the next charge against him would unleash a flood of flashing jaws and ripping claws. There will be no time to pick and choose individual targets. I need more firepower, he decided quickly. Hurriedly, he reached into the light burden, a fringed leather satchel that was slung over his shoulder. Sweat poured down his face as he concentrated intensely. Swiftly, he pulled an auto shotgun out of the seemingly empty bag. The massive weapon could fire 12 continuous rounds of high-intensity bullets within seconds. He knew of few enemies who could withstand the assault from these weapons for more than a round of two. Carl steadied himself as the first wave of Fireborns rushed towards him. A wall of teeth and claws closed into the protector of Earth. He levied the auto shotgun and squeezed the trigger. Blam, blam, kablam. Dinosaur bodies shattered into fragments. Blam, kablam, blam. Roars of pain mixed with snarls of rage as reptile carcasses began to pile up before Turok, but this did not faze the bloodthirsty Fireborns. Their nursery had been invaded, and a million years of genetic instinct told them to destroy the intruder, whatever the cost. Kablam, blam, blam. The auto shotgun continued to roar and take its deadly toll, but the Fireborns kept coming. As Turok's eyes and hands trained on the savage adversaries before him, his thought turned on what brought him here into the burning bowels of the Lost Land. Why had he placed himself in such danger by tracking the fireborns to their hidden lair? Why? But he had no more. But he could not more escape the answer than he could escape the question. I had to avenge the mass destruction by the fireborns. I will never forget the sight of those innocent villagers slaughtered for no apparent reason by a horde of fireborn. My only hope for an answer was to invade the fireborn nest. Carl laughed out loud as he thought of his father's wise words. Be careful what you hope for. It may come to pass. I brought the fireborn to me, all right, but there are far more of them than I ever imagined. Turok continued to shoot until the cavern floor was piled high with dead and dying fireborns. The walls and ceilings of the cave were soon plastered with thick, bubbling blood. Turok fought harder than he had ever before, and with each burst of energy, the final words of a dying villager echoed through his mind. Pramagin has finally awakened. That terrified thought consumed his mind while his highly trained body continued to fight off the bestial onslaught. Carl Fireseed felt himself weakened. Darkness flickered at the edges of his consciousness. I must stay conscious, must stay focused, or I have no chance at all. Turok began ticking off a mental checklist of facts to keep himself focused in a way. Pramagin. What do I know about Pramagin? I know that he's an incredibly powerful being from another universe. I know that because of some cosmic accident, he is responsible for the creation of the Lost Land. The aftermath of that accident threw together bits and pieces from random universes, which in turn formed the Lost Land. I know that Pramagin has been asleep, stuck in suspended animation for centuries. I know that once conscious, he can use his telepathic powers to control the creatures of this place, forcing them to do his evil bidding. What else? What else? Oh yes, I know that his power is so great that he's capable of destroying not only the Lost Land, but all universes that connect to it, including the one containing my precious Earth. His awakening spells doom for all living beings everywhere. With amazing control of both thoughts and body, Turok's brain continued to race while the auto shotgun barked loudly and spewed round after round of death and destruction from its smoking barrel. Turok's thought jumped to the Galliana village that had been burned to cinders. Its occupants had been scattered, maimed, or brutally murdered by the fireborns. In all my time in Galliana, I have never heard of fireborns traveling so far from their lair. Why have they senselessly raided a village? He asked himself while effortlessly reloading the auto shotgun. The villager's final words again ran through his mind. Pramagin has finally awakened. These creatures must have been ordered to the village through the telepathic powers of Pramagin. Oh yes, and now I recall that the few surviving villagers referred to a mysterious glowing pole that the fireborns removed from the village. A totem, I believe they called it, but what does it have to do with Pramagin? With the self-discipline of a true warrior, Carl instantly refocused his attention to the terrifying danger before him. The largest and last of the fireborns stormed towards him. The creature ignored the twisted and hideous contorted bodies of the other fireborns thrown in its path. It had but one thought in its thick, primitive skull. Kill! Kill the intruder! The monster hungered to sink its razor-sharp teeth into the soft flesh of the human. This is for the villagers who didn't survive your attack, Fireborn. Carl Fireseed stated solemnly. He raised the auto shotgun to his shoulder. Slowly his finger curled around the trigger. He carefully aimed the sight of the weapon squarely over the heart of the mutant. His finger jerked backward. Blam, blam, blam. Seemingly unending rounds of rapid-fire blasts tore into the Fireborn's body, hurling it into the air while ripping it to bloody shreds. At long last, the battle was over. The danger had passed. There was nothing left to kill. Once again, Carl Fireseed had survived despite the staggering odds against him. Or had he? He dropped to one knee and hastily examined his injuries. The Fireborn's lethal blood had burned deep into his super torso. Not even his protective Heart of Fire talisman had the power to keep him completely safe. Turok immediately realized the desperateness of this situation. "I'm mortally wounded," he whispered, without fear, remorse, or regret. "I'm dying." Slowly, Turok lifted a trembling hand to his forehead. He carefully flipped down the folding eye so that it was securely fastened over his right eye. The folding eye was a round eyepiece made of smooth black stone that allowed him to locate one of the many fold gate openings or pathways to Earth. The portals were invisible to the naked eye. Never knowing where he might need an instant escape route to Earth, Turok kept the folding eye attached to the bandana he wore wrapped around his head. Gathering all of his remaining strength, Fireseed trembled as he lifted his arm. He peered through the circular eyepiece and spied one of the folding gate openings near the rear of the Fireborn's cave. Clutching the light burden tightly, Carl Fireseed slowly rose up to his full height. His knees felt like they were going to buckle, but he refused to go down. Instead, as he had learned, he tapped inner reserves of strength and determination. Carl Fireseed steadied himself. He staggered towards the portal that would lead him to Earth, to Oklahoma, and to home. With a mighty leap, he propelled himself through the portal doorway. His parting words to the lost land were slow and direct, and very direct. "I must get to Joshua. He's our only hope now." Okay. That's chapter, first chapter. Now that I think about it, Coyote sounds a bit like Puss in Boots. What do you mean by that? What did she mean like that? What did he mean by that? Hit chest, get out of my primitive cage. No, I will not get out of the cage. I live in this cave. This is my cave now. Welcome back, Seer. They are the sexiest. What did I miss while I was reading? This is nice to listen to. Oh, nice. Thank you. Carl gonna die super hard. Don't spoil the ending. You sound like Antonio Banderas. Hell. I think he's from Mexico, isn't he? I think he is. Not sure. Sarko, Yuki was preparing to tell me about her primitive urges. Oh no, Yuki. Oh, es español. Oh, okay. I do know that his name sounds kind of from a late Latin American country, but I didn't know if it's like from. I don't know if it's like from whatever country, but I can picture that. I mean, I think he might be. Yeah, he's definitely from Spain. Then, mi tocayo Tony. Hell yeah. I wish I had some. I wish a different VTuber was also call themselves Mamoru. Then I would go, "Hey, brother from another mother." All right, here we go. Chapter 2. I think he played the original Zoro. Yeah, that's how I know. That's how I remember him, actually. He played the Zoro from the... I think it's called The Mask of Zorro in English. I do know it's called... In Spanish, it's called La Máscara del Zorro. Sounds weird. You know what? Foxy girl means like it doesn't sound nearly as bad in English as opposed to Spanish. Like if you call somebody a foxy girl in Spanish, that means you're calling them a hoe, but in like a really meanish manner, almost like calling them a bitch. Oh god! Don't you love languages? I love languages. I wish I could learn more languages, except besides Spanish, English, and stupid. Hang on a second. I gotta. Oh shit! You know what? I forgot. I forgot to do something else. Give me a second. New window. I forgot to do something on Twitch. It's gonna take me a second to fix. So I'll be. I shall continue in a second. Where is it? Get out of here. Turok 2. Seeds of Evil. There we go. That's all I would. I forgot about this. I forgot to change the category on Twitch. All right, here we go. Chapter 2. Come on, Josh. Hang on. Oh, crap. Come on, Josh. Coach Morgan shouted as Joshua Fireseed advanced slowly towards the plate with the bat in hand. Give that horse ride a ride. Send it. Show them where you live, kid. While a relief pitcher warmed up for the opposing team, Duke Morgan, the baseball coach of Central High School, stepped out of the third base coaching box and walked towards the chain link fence that enclosed Central High's home field. Coach Morgan glanced up at the smattering of Central fans sitting in the bleachers. Among the supporters was Barry Hakowitz. Barry was Joshua's best friend. Josh and Barry were an odd pair of bodies, to say the least. Both were 17 years old, but the similarities stopped there. Josh Fireseed was tall, muscular, and athletic. He was popular with everyone at school, especially the young women. He was an average student, never seeing the need to tap the depths of his truly remarkable intelligence. Barry Hakowitz, on the other hand, was openly brilliant and vocal. He was skinny, intellectual type who wore big, thick glasses. Girls didn't pay much attention to Barry. In fact, they seldom even noticed the brainy president of the chess club. Nevertheless, the two mismatched opposites were inseparable pals. Maybe it was Barry's upbeat sense of humor, or maybe it was Josh's unswerving sense of loyalty, but Josh and Barry were best buds to the end. Smash one, Josh! Barry yelled out to his pal while pushing his dropping glasses along the bridge of his nose. Planted in the middle of the Oklahoma State campus, right next to the girls' dorm, Coach Morgan didn't pay attention to Barry or to any of the other cheering CHS fans in the stands. Right now, all of Morgan's attention was focused on a middle-aged man sitting alone in the empty row of seats above the coaching box. Ken Matthews, the top scout for the Oklahoma State Comets, was wearing a yellow short-sleeved shirt and a gray Oklahoma State college baseball cap. On his lap was an open notebook. In his hand was a pen. I'm telling you, Ken, this Fireseed kid is a blue chipper, Duke Morgan called out to the scout. He can do it all. He's a natural athlete. Last year, he was all conference and all area at second base. This year, I'm sure he'll be the first team All-State. He has quick hands, great speed, and the power to send the ball into orbit. Just watch him at the plate. Ken Matthews nodded as he scribbled some notes in his book. He's a good-looking physical specimen for a 17-year-old. Ken agreed. Do you think he can double as a second baseman and a shortstop in college? What Coach Atkins really needs is a hard-hitting infielder who can handle pressure. Josh is just what the doctor ordered, Duke Morgan professed. He has a cannon for an arm. He could play shortstop. I honestly think there isn't a position on the field he can't play. And how is he under pressure? Ken asked. The game is on the line here. If he gets a hit, you could qualify for the state playoffs. Fireseed is the best I have, Duke Morgan answered without hesitation. Ken Matthews nodded. He watched closely as Josh strolled up the plate and prepared to hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Central High was down by 1 run. A lot was riding on the swing of the talented junior. Come on, Josh, focus, focus. Josh fires it, told himself as he planted his right foot into the back of the batter's box. Then he cocked the bat over his right shoulder and set his sights on the burly relief pitcher brought in to face him. I've creamed this guy the last 2 games. I faced him. I don't know what is with me today. I just can't seem to catch up his fastball. The opposing hurler stood at least 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighed over 200 pounds. His body had the dimensions of a human dinosaur's. His thighs and biceps were huge. He returned Pharisee's icy stare. There was no mystery about which pitch the relief was going to throw. You didn't have to be Barrow Hakowitz to figure out the plan. Everybody in the ballpark knew what was coming. It would be hit. The pitcher would try to smoke Pharisee with a fastball. The matchup was power against power. This should be very interesting, Doug Morgan said to Ken. Morgan took up his position as the third base coach. On the mound, the opposing hurler began to work for a stretch. Pharisee tensed at the plate. The pitcher delivered a hard one-letter high. Pharisee swung with all of his might. "Strike one!" the umpire shouted as the horsehide thudded into the catcher's mitt. You're on it, Josh," Duke yelled to his star player. "You're just a little late. Your swing needs to be quicker." "What's wrong with me today?" Josh wondered again as he stepped out of the batter box and wiped the sweat off his forehead. "It's like something is pulling at my brain, pulling my focus off the pitch. But what could be more important than being at bat right now? Okay, stay calm, Josh, and focus. And focus." Joshua Fireseed collected himself and rested his bat on his right shoulder. He looked down the third base line at his coach and noted. Sweat poured from under his protective helmet as he got back to his baiting stance. The catcher flashed the pitcher's a sign. The hurler smiled and went into his stretch. He delivered it again. The pitch was another leather-high fastball that flamed his way into the mound to home plate. Joshua Fireseed swung. The bat tipped the ball, sending it back into the crowd of spectators. "Foul! Ball!" the umpire cried. "No balls and 2 strikes is the count." "I'm not gonna go down on strikes with the game on the line here, in front of the hometown fans and a college scout. Not me, not the great Joshua Fireseed." Josh stepped out of the batter's box again. For a moment he thought he heard a familiar voice calling out his name. The voice seemed to echo inside his head, and for that 1 second there was no other sound. Not the crowd, not the infield chatter or the opposing players. Nothing but the voice, and then it was gone. Joshua glanced down at Coach Morgan, but the coach just flashed him a smile and a thumbs up sign. "Man, this is weird. Come on, Josh. It's time to be Mr. Clutch." The ump crouched back down behind the catcher. The pitcher was ready to deliver again. Josh clenched his teeth and waited for what seemed like an eternity. He wanted an athletic scholarship to Oklahoma State so bad he could taste it. To gain the scouts' respect and all he had to do was smash the ball like he'd done so many times in the past. It's going to be the high fastball, Josh thought as he settled back into the batter box. I know it's coming. All I have to do is whack it. The pitcher threw. Josh's bat swiftly whirled forward. "Strike 3!" yelled the umpire as the pop of the ball hitting the catcher's mitt echoed around the infield. The catcher rolled the ball towards the mound and hustled off towards his own dugout. The pitcher smiled and strode off the field. Josh's jaw drooped towards his chest, and as he slammed his bat to the ground, he swirled around and stormed back to the bench. Kicking the chain-link fence behind the dugout, he disgustedly threw his batting helmet to the dirt. "Of all days to lose my concentration," he shouted at a curious teammate. "And the crazy part is, I can't I can't ever tell you what's distracting me. The teammate looked at Josh strangely. They moved over to give him some space. It was obvious Josh wanted to tune up in his own anger and disappointment. It doesn't look like the kid can handle big time pressure, Duke Ken Matthews said to the high school coach. Coach Morgan sighed. He just had a bad time at bat, he replied. This Fireseed kid is something really special, believe me. Duke Morgan walked up and joined Joshua at the batting rack near the fence. The young star stared at the top of his shoes, his jaw clenched tightly. I blew it, coach, said Josh, still furious with himself. I had a chance to really impress the scout, and I blew it. Coach Morgan put his hand on Josh's shoulder. Don't sweat it. The game's not over. That's one good thing about baseball. The game has more than one inning. You usually get a chance to redeem yourself. Excuse me, coach. Somebody yelled from behind the fence. Should I give this to you? Both Coach Morgan and Josh looked around, holding the foul ball Josh had tipped into the stands. Holding the foul ball, Josh had tipped into the stands was Vivian Jakashaw, Joshua's older married sister. Josh and his 15-year-old sister, Allison, lived with Vivian, her husband Henry, and her two children, 8-year-old Clay and 3-year-old Beth. The Fireseeds and Jakashaws had lived on the Sacred Reservation a few miles from Central High School. They were all members of the Sacred tribe. Vivian flipped the baseball to Coach Morgan, who caught it. It's nice to see you, Mrs. Jakashaw. The coach said, I can't remember the last time I saw you at a game. You picked a great game to show up for, Viv, said Josh gloomily, just in time to watch your baby brother screw up his entire future. Vivian glanced at her brother. As a matter of fact, it's your future that I come to talk about. What do you mean? Asked Josh, feeling a little annoyed. You came to watch me strike out in front of the Oklahoma State Scout? I'm not talking about your future as a baseball player, Josh, replied Viv quietly. I'm talking about the family heritage. Your time has come. Now, don't start with that stuff, snapped Josh. I had to get out to my position. Without warning, the voice inside Josh's head returned, and with it came the overwhelming knowledge that he got to go home with his sister, despite all logic to the contrary. Joshua Fireseed felt compelled to leave the biggest game of his life for no apparent reason. What's the matter, Josh? Asked Coach Morgan. You look pale. Are you all right? At that moment, the umpire came over to the Central High dugout. You're holding up the game, Coach, he said. You got to put a man up there to play second base. Coach Morgan turned to Josh. Can you stay in the game, son? He asked. Josh cupped his forehead in his hand. I can't explain it, Coach. He muttered softly, but I have to go. I don't understand it. I just have to leave. Then he turned and walked off the field. Josh, where are you going? Barry Hakowicz yelled from the bleachers. It was only one at bat. You'll cream next time. Josh didn't answer his best friend. He just kept on walking. I thought I had to hit you over the head with a bat to get you to leave the middle of the game, said Viv, as she walked alongside her brother. Don't rub it in, said Josh. The two got into Vivian's station wagon and sped off towards the Sacred Reservation. I can't believe I just did that, and I really don't know why I left, but I almost wasn't there today anyway. My concentration was way off. I stunk up the place. It's like something was grabbing at my brain. I don't know. Then turning to his sister, he asked, why did you come for me anyway? I was wondering when you would get around to asking me that, Viv replied with a tiny smile, but also instantly her tone changed. It's Uncle Carl. He's come home. Her eyes met her brother's puzzled look. He's not well. It's serious. She paused. Do you understand? The mantle is about to be passed to you. Josh stared silently at the dashboard. Vivian shook her head. We have to hurry, she said, keeping her expression perfectly blank. After a few minutes, Josh broke the uncomfortable silence. Every time Uncle Carl comes around, it makes me think of Pop. Vivian sighed deeply at the mention of their father. I can't stop thinking about what a failure he was, continued Josh. After today's performance, I feel like I'm ready to follow in his footsteps. What's next for me? Drinking, messing things up, and finally the famous disappearing act without a trace? What's next for you is waiting at home, Vivian replied. You must speak with Uncle Carl while there's still time. Josh slumped back into his seat and stared out the windows. Silence once again filled the car. Vivian wasted no time in getting Josh home. She knew that time was something Carl Fireseed was almost out. As the car screeched to a stop outside the Jackashaw's home, Henry and Clay were waiting in the open doorway. Hurry, babe, Henry urged. Carl is getting weaker with every passing minute. He needs to speak to Joshua before his time is up. What's going on? Joshua demanded as his sister dragged him into the house. Vivian ignored Josh's questions and pulled Josh into the house. In the living room, Carl Jackashaw, Henry's father, who was the mayor of the Sequin Reservation, and Martin Sunhope, an elder historian of the Sequin tribe, greeted them. What is this? A tribal council meeting? Josh asked flippantly. Well, it sure isn't surprise party for you, big brother, Allison Fireseed mocked. Josh turned to see his younger sister sitting in a chair and holding 3-year-old Beth on her lap. Allison was decked out in her usual attire, ripped denim shorts and a black halter top, which revealed a striking red dragon tattoo that spread halfway across her shoulder and down her back. A single silver and turquoise earring dangled from her left ear. A nose ring sat in the middle of her right nostril. She struck out her tongue at Josh, and she passed by, and he wondered for the 100th time what had led her to get her tongue pierced. The silver stud that sat near the tip of her tongue reflected the light of a lamp in the corner of the room. This, Joshua Fireseed began Martin Sunhope. It is an ancient Sequin ritual. It is a ritual that concedes your ultimate destiny. Josh simply stared at the tribal leader. Please, spare me all the tribal mumbo-jumbo, Josh answered. Just tell me what is this all about. Your Uncle Carl will explain it to you, Martin said. He raised a time-ravaged, wrinkled hand and pointed to the half-open door that led to the spare room. Go, Joshua Fireseed, Martin commanded. Learn of your heritage. Accept your destiny. Josh took a deep breath. He walked towards the door. All eyes were on him as he pushed the door open and peered inside. What he saw filled him with horror and repulsion. Carl Fireseed was lying on a huge bearskin spread on the floor in the center of the room. His face, arms, and exposed body parts were covered with sores, oozing yellow pus, deep, discolored burns, and long, ugly lacerations. His torso was partially covered by a white sheet. The sheet was soaked with blood. Near one side of Carl's head was a puddle, the contents of which Josh decided not to guess about. Joshua cringed. The room smelled awful. The foul stench made his stomach twist in a knot. Josh didn't recognize the sickening smell, but Carl knew it was the aroma of death. Josh turned. He wanted out of the room. Close the door, Carl Fireseed said in a harsh, raspy voice. He rolled his head to look at his nephew. My reign as Turok is nearing its end. Your time has come. I must pass the mantle of the firstborn Fireseed male. Huh? Josh blurted out bluntly as he reluctantly eased the door shut. What are you saying? I'm saying the Turok legends of our tribe are true, Carl whispered. For the last 17 years, I have been Turok, protector of Earth. Josh folded his arms. Right, he scoffed. Of course you have, Uncle Carl. Tell me, did you capture the Loch Ness Monster or arm wrestle Bigfoot while you were busy being Turok? Carl Fireseed's eyes focused on the face of his nephew. His stare made Josh uneasy. I'm sorry, Josh hurriedly apologized. I didn't mean to mock you. You must be out of your head with pain. I'll get help. He turned to head for the door. No, called Carl, shouting weakly. Time is short. There are things I must tell you. There are things your father should have told you. Joshua froze in his tracks. He spun on his heels. My father? What does he have to do with this? He was a Turok, Carl said. He coughed, then his face contorted in pain. He spit out a big clot of blood. Your father, John Fireseed, couldn't handle the pressure and demands of the task. Carl muttered, Your father failed in his duty. That failure destroyed him as a Turok, and as a man, I was forced to step in and take his place. Joshua inhaled deeply. Was that why Pop drank? Why Mom left us? Could there be any truth into the wild ravings of a dying man? Was the Turok legend real and not just tribal myth? Okay, so you're Turok, John said to his uncle. I still don't see the connection here. What do you want with me? I have plans, big plans. I'm leaving the reservation. I'm going to win a baseball scholarship and go to Oklahoma State. Then I'm going to play the big leagues. Carl coughed and wheezed. His entire body trembled, and his head shook uncontrollably. Uncle Carl, I'd better get you a doctor, said Josh. Weakly, Carl Fireseed raised his torso off the floor. He propped himself up with one elbow. Could any doctor mend the wounds inflicted by vile, fireborn dinosaur blood? He asked. He grabbed the edge of the sheet covering his torso. With a quick jerk, he pulled the sheet away from his mutilated body. Josh gasped. The flesh covering his uncle's torso had almost been completely torn away. Raw sinew and bare bone were visible. Splintered ribs stuck out like slender, bony fingers. Below the ribs, twisted coils of swollen intestines dangled out like yellow snakes yanked from a hiding place. Ruptured internal organs could be seen rotting inside the exposed abdomen and chest cavities. Carl's body heaved with every feeble breath he inhaled. As his chest rose and fell, trying to suck air into his punctured lungs, fountains of blood gushed out of his body and onto the floor. Square by square, drop by drop, Carl Fireseed's heart was pumping itself dry of its life-sustaining fluid. Slowly, Carl covered his ghastly wounds with the sheet. For me, the battle is over, Carl said softly. For you, the war has just begun. You are the eldest male Fireseed of our generation. You are my successor. Joshua began to shake his head slowly. No, he mumbled. No, I'm not. Even if the secret tales about the Turok legacy are true, I don't want any part of this. I have not trained it. I couldn't handle it. It destroyed my father. Look what it did to you. Josh shook his head rapidly. Absolutely not. I just screwed things up like my father did. I'm not the one you want. There's been a mistake. I can't be Turok, Josh insisted. I am not Turok. Woo! Chapter 3. Hell yeah. Oh man, I told you it was gonna get brutal. Oh, well, actually, I never said that it was gonna get brutal. But it definitely gets a little bit, it gets really interesting. What did I miss while I was reading? Hang on, let's go back. I'm having coffee with the reading. Hell yeah. I might have to heat it up again. I've been looking at my computer instead of drinking. Oh no, you better drink that coffee. Oh wait, I already did. Only noobs call me Sarko. My friends call me Yuki. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm gonna. Oh, if this was Twitch, I could probably like name you, give you like rename your your display name on my end. Oh, hang on. I gotta go. I think I went back too much. I'm a I'm a big girl. I'm not scared. We'll see about that. No, stop it, Yuki, making me hungry. No, we're not hungry here. We're not hungry here. We better not be hungry here. No hunger games here. Sorry about that. Oh man. I've never, you know what? I've never I've never read something aloud. I always like read with my mind. I don't know. Is that how you say it? Like I open a book or a magazine, but I never read out loud. So it's kind of like difficult for me to. I kind of like trample some words here and there, and I like go back and try to fix my mistake. I think it has something to do with me being unable to. Yeah, like trampling what do you call it? Trampling words is why. It's why I find it difficult to read out loud. Se le salieron las tripas al pobre Carl. Yeah, that's what that was the premise of the first. What do you call it? The first chapter. Oh wait, I gotta stretch. I forgot. Oh crap. You know what? Maybe I should stretch in between chapters so that I don't break my posture. Carl got Rook, man, rip. Oh wait, I think there's still a little bit more of Carl. Yeah, I think there on chapter 3 there's still a little bit more of Carl. Oh yeah, there is. I'm just like I'm looking at the. Like going through what's on screen, and there's still a little bit of there's still a little bit more of Carl. I want to continue, but we would definitely get banned from. I don't got mods. You don't have to worry about that. Bed spring noises, pan fat. Oh no. I want to continue. Wait, Yuki said something about Resident Evil. I have the Resident Evil novels and all of them, and I never had read them out loud. You know what? If you want to, I can butcher the Resident Evil novels for you with my wonderful voice. Hell yeah. I'm the clothes-tearing kind of zombie. Oh, that sounds kind of sussy. Really sussy. Every time I hear you drink, I get thirsty. Good. You better drink water. Drink 1 gallon of water a single day. I love Liud. What do you mean by that? Resident Evil Umbrella Conspiracy. Wait, actually, I've never checked how many I know there is like comic books for Resident Evil, but this is the first time that I've seen that somebody mentions novels. Okay, let me quickly check. Resident Evil novels. Resident Evil novels. How many are there? We got SD Perry series. Oh wait, never mind. That's Resident Evil: The Umbrella Conspiracy. Resident Evil: Caliban Cave. Resident Evil: City of the Dead. Resident Evil: Underworld. Resident Evil: Nemesis. Resident Evil: Code Veronica. Resident Evil 0 Hour. Oh, they even got. Wait, what? They got novels for the freaking movies? And by movies, I mean the really shitty movies. By that guy. What's the director's name? I forget the director's name. Andrew S. Jackson or something like that. Hang on, Resident Evil Extinction was published. I want to know what the name of this freaking director is. Director, where's the director? The director, blah, 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 blah. Paul S.W. Anderson, there we go. Hell yeah, oh no. Hang on, wait. I gotta go back. Resident Evil. Okay, last one I bought was Resident Evil 0. Twitch on the floor. Oh no. Keep doing an intentional Twitch movement. But I have the SD Perry ones from the games. Hell yeah. I don't know how many. You know what? If I maybe if they're not that long, I can probably squeeze them into a reading stream. I mean the best way to get the fastest way to get good at reading and understanding a language is by reading. So I might as well use this opportunity to read more stuff, because why not? You know? Let's go. All right, hang on. My nose is kind of like bothering me a little bit. Only do it if you become a fan, to be honest, then you won't mind the length. If not, say Yuki. Oh. No. I mean, if I don't really mind if they're long. I don't really mind if they're long. Although it will probably take me like a million years to finish them, especially with me like taking breaks in between all this. Welcome back, Tony. Now we're in chapter 3 of the Turok novel. How many chapters are there? Let me check. Let me quickly check how many chapters are there. Settings. I think it's under view. Show bookmarks. Here we go. Oh, 23 chapters. Oh, hell yeah. That's a lot. View. Show bookmarks. I don't want to see the bookmarks. This got rated M fast. All you see is you died. Hell yeah. All right, here we go. Chapter 3. I kind of wish each chapter had its own title instead of just being chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Oh well. Chapter 3. Once again, Joshua Farsi turned to leave the room, but with the determined strength of a dying man. Carl Fireseed reached over and grabbed one of his nephew's wrists. He held it in a vice-like grip, forcing Joshua to stop. "Enough!" Carl shouted. He released Josh's arms and collapsed back into the bear skin. He coughed up more blood. "You cannot deny or refuse your birthright. The choice is not yours. This is not about you, me, or your father. It's about the protection and safeguarding of all of Earth." The meaning of Carl's words slowly sunk into Joshua's brain. The least he could do was listen. He knelt down beside his uncle. Carl shut his eye momentarily, resting in the rootless place between life and death. Rootless? Don't. I think they made a mistake here. It should be restless or rootless. All right. "I'm here, Uncle Carl," Joshua whispered gently. He touched his uncle's shoulder slowly. Carl opened his eyes and began to speak. "It is the destiny of the Fireseed lineage to protect Earth from attacks coming from a place called Galliana, the Lost Land," Carl told Josh. "Galliana?" Josh repeated. "The Lost Land? Never heard of it." "It's not in our universe," explained Carl. "Many of the creatures that live there are dinosaurs that have evolved into intelligent beings called dinosaurs. They are deadly enemies. A species of dinosaur called fireborns did this to me, but there are many kinds of dinosaurs as well as other beings in Galliana. Most importantly, they present a constant threat of discovering the openings that connect Earth to the Lost Land. That is why you must be Turok. You must continue to prevent this attack on Earth. Now the greatest threat Earth has ever faced has arisen. A creature who can destroy our entire universe has awakened in the Lost Land. You have to stop him. Galliana? Dinosaurs? Joshua muttered into a puzzled tone. I don't understand. I can't save the Earth. I barely get a base hit. Here, take this. Carl fires it order, ignoring Josh. He reached down under the sheet and removed a worn fringe bag. This leather satchel is known as the Light Burden, he stated. It belongs to each Turok. Gaze into it deeply, Joshua fires it. Believe in yourself, and it will assist you in your ensuing battles. It will also answer your questions. Carl paused. He was very weak. Look into the Light Burden, he instructed, and the legacy of Turok will be revealed to you. Joshua took the satchel from his uncle's trembling hand. He held up the leather bag and examined it closely. It didn't seem very special. There was nothing extraordinary about it. It was just like any other sacred heirloom he'd seen passed down from generation to generation on the reservation. Josh opened the satchel and looked inside. Give me a clue, he silently begged into the bag, but try as he might, all he found was an empty bag. Josh scratched his head in puzzlement and shrugged his shoulders. This empty old bag can't do anything for me, let alone Earth, he muttered. Is this some kind of gimmick, like a magician's top hat? A look of anger flashed on Carl's fiery face. The Light Bird has mystic powers that some consider magic, but it is no trick. Deepen your gaze into the bag, Joshua fires it, and concentrate hard. Now, look! Okay, Josh agreed. Don't go ballistic. Stay calm. Your heart won't be able to handle it. Josh opened the satchel and peered inside. I still don't see anything, he shook his head. I'm telling you the truth, Uncle Carl. This bag is totally empty. A faint smile appeared on Carl's cracked lips. You are mistaken, nephew, he said. The Light Burden is not empty. It is you who are empty. Look, I don't mean to be rude or anything, Uncle Carl, Josh muttered, but I sure don't see what you're talking about. His mind wandered back to the game, and he wished he could leave the room right now and never look back. You must try to focus your thoughts and harness the power of your mind to achieve absolute concentration, Carl demanded. He pointed a trembling finger at Josh's face. Do it, and do it now. The tone of his uncle's voice stunned Josh. He nodded sullenly. He turned back to the satchel and began to focus his attention. His brow wrinkled as he steadied himself and concentrated. Joshua Firesteed couldn't believe his eyes. There was something in the bag. It was only a tiny glowing speck, but it seemed to be growing and swirling. It swirled faster and faster and faster. Suddenly, his eyelids felt heavy. He was drowsy. Josh felt a spinning sensation inside his head, as if his brain were caught in the vortex of a tornado. Everything started to go dim. He heard the voice that had called on to him earlier. He recognized it now. It was the voice of his father. Then, instantly, an all-encompassing darkness swallowed him up. Joshua Fireseed stumbled down through a funnel cloud, swirling through the space between our universe and all others. His weightless body sailed through one of the many portals that connected our universe to the lost land known as Galliana. Crash! Joshua smashed into the top of a tall, leafy tree. Down he tumbled, branch after branch, snapping under his weight. When he hit the ground, he looked up and found himself staring into the small, beady eyes of a vicious dinosaur. The hideous reptile hissed, and Josh sat frozen in terror at the same time, at the same time repulsed by the creature's foul breath. The dinosaur was no taller than Josh. Its skin was gray and cracked. Its head seemed too big for its body. It circled its prey, flashing two rows of razor-sharp teeth. The creature opened its huge jaw and lunged at Josh. The young Turok rolled away from the dinosaur's deadly jaw, just as the spike-like teeth clamped shut on nothing but air. The frustrated creature circled Josh again, sizing him up and preparing for its next attack. Josh looked around and spotted a small branch from the tree he had crashed through. The branch was about the same size as a baseball bat. As the dinosaur launched again, Josh dove from the branch, grabbed it, and rose to his feet, and in one smooth motion, he raised the branch over his right shoulder just as the furious creature attacked again. When the dinosaur's head was just inches from Josh's face, the young, reluctant warrior swung the branch with all his might. Crack! The sound of the shattered dinosaur's skull echoed through the trees. The creature collapsed in a heap at Josh's feet. Now I get a hit, moaned Josh. If only that guy's fastball was as big as this beast's head. That was a nice job you did, kiddo, someone said to Josh. He looked up. The stranger's words were slurred and malformed as he had been drinking. We have things to talk about, Josh. Slowly, the image of a man came into focus. A thin, raggedy scarecrow of a man. The haunting sight troubled Josh. Then he recognized the man standing before him. It was his father, John Fireseed, and he was holding the satchel Carl had given him. How do you like this place so far, kid? John Fireseed asked, the slurring gone entirely from his voice. This is Galiana, or the Lost Land if you prefer. Some people call it the interdimensional sewer of the universe, and I agree. Oh, you forgot this. Take it. It's yours. He threw the light burden at his own, hitting him in the face. Josh grabbed the light burden and glared at his father. What do you want? He snarled. Questions of where he was or how his father had suddenly appeared were pushed into the back of his mind in anger. John Fireseed's voice became clearer and stronger. I know you hate me, son, for leaving you, your sisters, and your mother. I don't want your apologies, snapped Josh. I'm not here to apologize, replied John Fireseed. I don't have the time to explain why I did what I did or where I've been. All I can say is that I can't change the past. And all I can hope now is to assist you in the future. Your future. He pointed a bony finger at his own. Maybe you can't be the hero I couldn't be, he said, looking to the bag again. Look, listen, I'll learn of the Turok legacy. Look, my son. Josh once again peered into the light burden. Strange images began to form into his mind's eye. The strange events that led to the formation of Galiana, the Lost Land, began to unfold. He saw a huge spaceship, as big as a city, accidentally raped from an alien universe into our universe. At the center of the enormous ship sat a being who seemed to be asleep. Josh then saw pieces of world ripped apart and drawn to this ship like lumps of clay thrown together to form a bizarre, misshapen sculpture. Galiana, the Lost Land. He saw the odd life forms that became part of Galiana, hordes of dinosaurs, many which had evolved into bizarre, intelligent life forms, dinosaurs. These dinosaurs eventually thirst for the conquest of Earth itself. He saw countless types of strange alien beings and monstrous mutations whose frightful appearance chilled him to the bone. It was one of our direct ancestors who, thousands of years ago, found a small glowing pocket of energy encased in amber. Without meaning to, he released the energy that opened the portals between Earth and Galliana, John Fireseed explained to his son. Because of this, it became an obligation of honor of the firstborn males of the Fireseed family to protect Earth from the deadly creatures of the Lost Land who might come through the portals. That original pocket of energy is now kept inside the light burden and is the source of its power. There have been many Turoks. I am the only one to fail in my duty. My brother Carl had to pick up the mantle so that Earth would not be destroyed. John Fireseed's voice became fainter. I failed. You must not, my son. The last words he spoke were so soft, Joshua barely heard them. Josh looked from the satchel. Bob, he called. John Fireseed was gone. Joshua was back in Vivian's house. He was kneeling beside his mortally wounded uncle. The trance-like spell was broken. Joshua looked at Carl. Where's my father? He demanded. He's dead, Carl mumbled. But his spirit, like that of all Turoks, lives inside you. Josh looked at the light burden with disdain. He tried to hand it back to Carl. Take it, he said. Give it to Vivian. Give it to Allison. Give it to Clay. For all I care, I don't want it. Weakly, Carl shook his head. It is for you, Joshua. It was always meant for you. Use it wisely, he instructed. It will grant you access to an infinite number of weapons, magical objects, and powers. Carl wheezed. Blood started to stream out of his nostrils and ears. Now, you are Turok, protector of Earth. Carl's eyes rolled back. His chest heaved violently one last time. His arms and legs quivered and then became forever still. Carl Fireseed's ordeal had finally come to close. The mantle had been passed. For Joshua, the ordeal was just beginning. Joshua Fireseed stood up. He stared at the light burden he was holding in his hands. This can't be happening, he remarked into an astonished tone. My uncle hands me an empty satchel and tells me to use it to protect the world. The way I see it, I've been holding the bag. There we go. Whew. Let's see, what did we miss now? Hang on. What did we miss this time? Did you guys around? What are you guys talking about? I have heard that sometimes having multiple chat programs use a lot of memory. Probably have to try out each one how it works. I see it because I have a lot of potato as well. Just get more RAM. Literally just get more RAM. I don't want to get Discord. You will get Discord. You will get the Discord. I don't know, something about potatoes and PCs. Mine runs Doom Eternal. If you can run Doom Eternal, you can run literally anything. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know what, but you can definitely run a bunch of games. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm gonna stretch again. There we go. There we go. We're talking about evil things. You guys are always talking about evil things, and I never know what you guys are talking about. It's like I don't even exist. Gotta stretch hard. Hell yeah, you know it. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a shrimp. What do you call it? Shrimp posture or whatever it's called. There we go. Chapter 4. How many chapters did I say it was? I think it was 19. I also have an old lab from Walmart. These two conversations are funny. Oh no. It's a good thing that it's a good thing that I don't know what people are talking about now. Then I guess I have to treat the Walmart laptop like a baby. No laptops. No, I hate laptops. I used to have a laptop and it broke and actually it didn't break. It just died. It just died of old age. My uncle also uses Skype. I have not talked to him in like 5 years because I could not get him on Discord. Hell yeah! Oh man. You know what? I got a friend from elementary school. I kind of want to ask her if she's got a Discord to like so that like I can finally talk to her like normally or like at least once a week. All she has is freaking WhatsApp. I hate WhatsApp. I don't like using WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever else people use. I'm just a Discord dude. Discord is way more convenient than any of those things. I don't know. But then again, you know what? Then again, what if she finds out I'm a VTuber? She'll be like, no way you're a freaking anime character on the internet. I don't know. She'll be like, dude, you're an anime cat boy in the internet, Lamau. Freaking no, right? Discord is so much easier. Yeah, it's way easier to communicate. Like, you can be on multiple servers at once and talk to different people in all different servers and all that. But it also has its downsides. Like, a lot of things are gate kept on Discord. And you can't find them on like with a Google search. For instance, sometimes there be games where they tell you, oh, you gotta join our Discord if you want technical help, and then you join their Discord and then you find out that the search feature is like absolute ass, and you cannot find exactly what you're looking for. I hate that. That is the one thing that I hate. That is the one thing I hate about Discord. The search feature being absolutely trash. At least for big servers. If it's like maybe like a handful of people in a Discord server, then no problem. You can pretty much just find them just fine. But if it's like a big server with like thousands of, not even thousands, but hundreds of users who post daily, then it becomes a nightmare trying to find something, like literally anything. I refuse to move on. That's what I said before I joined Discord. We'll get you one day, Yuki. We'll get you. We shall get you. Alright, chapter 4. Wait, hang on. I was sitting like kind of wrong. Martin Sunhope looked questioningly at Vivian Jakashaw. Where is the new Turok? Martin asked. His training must begin immediately. Carl spoke of a new danger coming from Galliana before he died. He didn't have the time to explain further. The new Turok must be prepared to face this ominous threat to Earth, whatever it is. Vivian stepped in front of the stairs that led up to the second level of the Jakashaw home. She blocked Martin's path. Joshua is in his room, she told the tribal leader, but it is useless to try to talk to him. All he's done during these days since Carl's burial is sit on his bed and stare at the satchel. It's like he's in a trance. He won't go out. He won't pick up a baseball. He won't even speak to the girls who call him on the phone. Vivian shook her head. I'm really worried about him. She confessed. His behavior is starting to remind me more and more of the way Dad acted before he left the reservation. Do not worry, Martin consoled Vivian. Joshua has not yet fully accepted his burden. In a day or two, he will embrace his fate and shoulder the responsibility. The old sanguine historian nodded solemnly. Joshua Farisid has the blood of many courageous ancestors flowing through his veins. He will not turn his back on his ultimate destiny. Vivian sighed. She wanted to believe in what Martin said. I hope you're right, Martin, she replied. Even Allison is worried about him. Of course she won't admit it, but she is. She keeps trying to think of a way to get him to snap out of his solitary confinement. Beep glanced up at the closed door and the top of the stairs that was the entrance to Josh's room. She turned and looked Martin right in the eyes. What will we do if Josh refuses to accept his responsibilities? She glanced behind her. Her 8-year-old son, Clay, was seated on the living room watching television. Clay is next in line, she said. He's too young for the job. Who will become Turok? Martin put a hand on Vivian's shoulder. Do not fret, he said softly. I have faith in your brother. Now, let's have some coffee, he suggested. Vivian nodded. Together they walked off towards the kitchen. Upstairs in his room, Josh sat cross-legged on his bed. His elbows were propped up on his knees. His chin was in his palms. The fringe satchel was lying on the bed beside him. Josh was staring at the mystical pouch. This has all got to be a bad joke, he mumbled. It's a hoax or something. It can't be real. He shook his head. My Uncle Carl tells me my father was a Turok and messed up the job. Then he tells me that he took over as Turok and was killed in the line of duty battling some kind of bizarre creatures called fireball dinosaurs. Josh jumped off his bed. He began to pace the floor as he absently minded continued to talk to himself. Sure, what sacking kid hasn't heard about the great and mighty Turok, the legendary hero? I know the stories and mean as well as anyone, he continued to pace. But Turok is only a legend, like Hercules or Ulysses. There is no real Turok, there can't be. He shook his head. I must be going crazy. This is the only explanation. And everyone around here, Marty, Bib, and Henry, they're all crazy too. They keep talking about training me as if their sacred reservation is some sort of Turok boot camp. He winked, a hand on his forehead into a mocking salute. Private Joshua Fireseed, aka Turok of Earth, Protector of Earth, reporting for duty, sir. Josh gritted his teeth. He glared at the light burden lying on his bed. Ha! He cried in exasperation. How can I protect the world with an old leather sack that makes me hallucinate? Josh looked away from the satchel. They had to be hallucinations, he muttered. I couldn't have really seen or done any of those things. How can it be possible for me to travel to another universe, smack a dinosaur skull as if it were a hammer, and then leave a conversation with my dead father? Seeing Uncle Carl's horrible wounds must have affected my mind and caused me to space out. He nodded. I freaked out. That's it. An episode. A dream. Josh sat down on his bed beside the light burden. He picked it up in one hand. Just touching it gave him a funny sensation. There was something odd about the ancient pouch that he couldn't deny or resist. Now, every time he held it, Josh felt a faint surge of power pulsating through his body. It was as if the light burden were calling out to him. There was no sensible or logical way to explain how he felt. It was as if he knew the satchel belonged to him. He was growing more and more connected to it. Suddenly, there was a loud knock at the bedroom door. Josh ignored it at first, but the knocking persisted. Josh looked up. Who is it? He grumbled angrily. It's that publisher's sweepstake thing with a 10 million check for Joshua Farseed, his sister Allison responded mockingly. Is Joshua Farseed home? Joshua scowled. I don't have time for your jerky jokes. Find a space on one of your ears that hasn't been pierced yet and go puncture it. I'm sure one of your tragically hip friends will be glad to do the job for free, so beat it. I'm busy. Chill out, big bro, Allison called. I'm not here to bug you. I know you got a lot on your mind since Uncle Carl died. She paused to knock on a door again. Open up. I brought the prisoner, a visitor from the outside world. He needs to speak to his long-lost blood brother. This visitor won't take no for an answer. Yo, open up, dude! Another voice called. Joshua recognized the voice. It was Barry Hackowitz. What are you doing here, guy? Joshua asked, hearing Barry's voice cheer him up. Josh slid off the bed. He walked over, unlocked his door, and yanked it open. Standing before him in the hall was a smiling Barry and a sneering Allison. I bring you a pardon signed by the governor, but Barry said as he walked in. The truth is, he continued, Coach Morgan sent me over to check on you. Your sister Beeb called him and told him you weren't feeling well. I've been worrying about you too. I'm feeling fine, Josh countered. I'm just a bit confused about things. Barry sat down on Josh's bed and eyed the light burden. Allison scooted into her brother's room before he could close the door and shut her out. Once again, she struck out her pierced tongue as she slipped past. That's it, Allison said to Barry, pointed at the satchel on the mattress. That's the family heirloom I told you about. Barry picked up the light burden and examined it. Hey, shouted Josh as he rushed towards the bed. Don't fool with that. See, Allison Cal, I told you. He's obsessed with that old bag. He thinks it has magical powers or something. I heard him call it a mystical link between parallel universes. Josh is losing his grip. Barry? Josh snapped the satchel out of Barry's hand. Barry nervously fidgeted with his glasses. Then he combed his hand through his short, unruly blonde hair. I suppose it is remotely possible for a link between simultaneous dimensions to exist in the form of a physical object like the bag, but that prospect is highly unlikely, he remarked. Josh ignored his brainy friend's outburst. Yeah, sure, muttered Josh, but I can't get the darn thing to work again. I have to prove to myself that I didn't imagine all those things I saw and did. Josh reached his hand into the bag, fished around inside, then pulled out an empty hand. See, he announced. No prize. Doesn't that thing come with any documentation? Kidded Barry. No instruction manual or website address to check out? Cute. Cute, replied Josh, suppressing back a small smile. Barry could almost get a chuckle out of his best body. Seriously, didn't your uncle give you instructions on how to operate this so-called interdimensional link? Barry inquired. I think my uncle was a bit delusional at the end, Josh said. I kept hearing voices and seeing things, but now I think it was all a demented form of hysteria induced by him. Talk about delusional, Allison remarked as she plopped down on Josh's bed. She casually glanced at her fingernails, which were painted black. She pointed an accusing finger at her brother. Ask Josh who Turok is. Turok? Repeated Barry. Yeah, Turok, the protector of Earth, according to Sequin legend, Allison replied. Oh, that Turok! Barry said as if he understood, but she didn't. I thought you meant Buck Turok, that guy who used to play third base for the Mets. He looked at Josh. So big fella, who is Turok? Josh pointed a finger at the middle of his chest. I am, he announced. At least that's what a lot of people around here keep telling me. He sighed. And as Turok, I'm supposed to do astounding things with this bag. He held up the light burden. Allison glanced at Barry and made a gesture that indicated she thought her brother had gone nuts. Barry looked away and focused his attention on his best friend. Didn't your uncle give you a clue about how to use the bag? He asked. Josh thought for a second. He told me to concentrate hard and believe in myself, he answered. As he opened the light burden, he held the satchel up with one hand and shut his eyes tightly. Hey guys, Allison called out. Maybe we should click our heels together 3 times and say, there's no place like Galeana, there's no place like Galeana, or maybe we should hold a seance. Maybe we all have to hold hands to make it work, she joked. Allison reached out to grab Josh and Barry's hand. Josh held one edge of the light burdens. Barry touched the other edge of the open bag. As soon as his fingertips touched the edge of the leather satchel, the 3 kids formed a mystical connection. Josh opened his eyes and peered into the satchel. Something seemed to be swirling inside. The sight mesmerized him. His concentration intensified. Without warning, Josh, Barry, and Allison were violently pulled into the light burden, sucked into a whirling vortex that whisked them into the open portal between the 2 dimensions, 2 worlds. Whoosh! Their unexpected exit from Earth was instantaneous and terrifying. No! Shrieked Allison as they plummeted through the dimensional opening. Downstairs, Clay had just switched off the TV. He heard Allison scream and dashed up to Josh's room to see what was going on. He halted at the unlocked door and slowly pushed it open. Then he rubbed his eyes in disbelief. The room was empty. The windows were all closed. There was no way to leave the house except through the living room door. But the trio and the ancient fringed satchel known as the light burden had definitely vanished. There we go. Well, this chapter was a little bit shorter. That chapter was definitely shorter. Oh, great. Wait. What are you guys talking about now? We have to bring Yuki to the dark side. And I'm sure a lot of lovely... Oh, hell yeah. There's a lot of freaking things. You need to stretch out. Hang on. Yeah, you're right. I gotta stretch a little bit more. Oh shit! Crap. Okay, I think I stretched a little bit too hard. Ouch. I think I almost pulled a freaking muscle. There we go. Well, actually, let me try again. Ouch, that hurt. Tell me your Skype name. Wait, Skype still exists? I thought it went, it like disappeared or died, something. I do remember having Skype back in 2014 or 2015, I can't remember. Yeah, I think I remember having Skype, but then I forgot the email that I used on my Skype, so I can no longer like sign in to my old Skype account. I think I probably had like maybe 1 or 2 contacts there, although I don't think I like talked to them. I just added them. Wait, what? Seer is gonna use his creepy worm sounds lewd. Oh, ugh. Do worms make sound? Yeah, I think they do. Oh, just give me name before oh no. I don't know what you guys are doing. But I'm not gonna what do you say? Do you say it? I'm not gonna get in between that. Hell yeah. hang on a second. Huh? Oh, it's not over. What the hell? Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot to ask if the music was playing. I forgot to check if the music was playing on stream. Oops. Is there music in the background? I forgot. Ouch. Oh, let's go. Yeah, let's go. He's gonna nuke stream. No. Oh, actually, I think I might. I'm gonna finish the chapter 5, and then I'll continue next week. Holy crap. I'm a third of the way there. I don't know how many pages it's gonna be for chapter 5, so I may be a what do you call it? I may be a quarter of this book done when I'm done. Oh. Okay, chapter 5. Splash, splish, sploosh. One by one, the three terrified travelers had been ripped suddenly from one dimension and plunged into the murky water of the putrid primordial pool of another. As their heads bobbed to the surface of the muck and they gasped for breath, alarming questions seeped into their brains. What happened? What happened? How did we get here? Allison sputtered. Where are we? Barry demanded. I hope we purchased round-trip tickets. Why? Josh called out in an agonized voice. Why is this happening again? Allison groaned as she began to tread water. Eek! This place smells like a sewer. If we're where I think we are, it is the sewer of the universe, Josh answered. Where is that? Barry mumbled. He spit out a mouthful of scum-covered water. Let's get to the shore first, Josh said, glancing around. It's not far. We can try to make sense of this once we're on dry land. Josh slipped the strap of the light burden over his shoulder. Once it was in place, he began to swim toward shore. Allison followed, with Barry behind her. You call this dry land? Allison complained as she pulled herself through ankle-deep slop. Josh yanked his sister and friend further away from the water's edge. They plopped down to rest on a thick cushion of moss hidden beneath a tall curtain of giant ferns. This flora is totally weird, Barry said while regaining his breath. There are palms and giant ferns mixed with mutated conifers and twisted hardwoods. He glanced around. This place looks like the creation of some insane alien horticulturist. Allison waved pawn scum off her legs. Someone around here is insane, she agreed. I just hope it's not me. She eyed her brother, who was sprawled on the ground. He sat up and returned her accusing stare. Don't look at me, he snapped. I warned you two not to fool with the satchel. He patted the light burden hanging at his side. I told you this thing was not a toy. Barry turned serious. So the bag really is a link to a different dimension, he announced in astonishment. We've been teleported to another world. A lost land, Josh added. The lost land of Galliana. Well, pardon me for not applauding, said Allison. Galliana, huh? I didn't enjoy the trip very much, and the landing was a total bummer. She pointed at the satchel. You didn't happen to pack any of those toilet things in there, did you? I'd kinda like to tidy up before we're served our in-flight meal. Hard, mocked Josh. Very funny. Barry tapped Josh on the shoulder. Now, you know that I'm usually Mr. Big Jokes, began Barry. Good old laugh at Minnie Hackowitz, that's me, but I don't think there's anything funny about that. Barry pointed at the lake they just climbed out of. Water near the surface was bubbling, foaming, and churning as if something deep in its depth were rising. As the three reluctant visitors watched in awe, a huge reptilian head emerged from the greenish foam. First came the bony crown of the beast's head, followed by glowing red eyes, two huge nostrils spewing sprays of water, and then a set of horrible gaping jaws. The behemoth below revealing two rows of long, sharp teeth. I'm dreaming, Allison said. Please tell me I'm dreaming. That can't be a dinosaur. The gigantic head rose higher and higher at the end of a long serpentine neck. Actually, corrected Barry, it doesn't look like any kind of dinosaur species I'm familiar with. It's some kind of strange reptilian mutant. Will you two please shut up? Whispered Josh. It's called a dinosaur, okay? And it's got big teeth. Fortunately, it hasn't seen us yet. Frozen by fear, the three accidental tourists became silent. They watched in terror as more of the beast's scaly green body rose to the surface. Let's try to sneak away, Josh whispered very softly, his voice shaking. He watched as the creature in the lake slowed towards the shore. It's coming, squealed Barry in a choked whisper. Some Turok you are, Allison said quietly as she kept on her hands and knees next to her brother. We're screaming away in mock like cowardly warns. Just be quiet and keep squirming, Josh ordered. Allison wiggled through the ferns and reeds, moving deeper and deeper into the lush underground. Josh is right, Barry acknowledged as he scouted past his friend. A wise warrior knows when to run and when to fight. Josh stayed behind, keeping his eyes on the monster. This might be a good time to start running, he shouted suddenly. That thing just spotted us. The towering dinosaur turned its long neck in the direction of Joshua, Barry, and Allison. Its mouth opened and a blood-chilling growl erupted from its throat. Instantly, Barry and Allison jumped to their feet. Come on, Josh, make a run for it, Barry urged. He and Allison began to thrash frantically through the foliage. We'll never make it, Josh shouted. Keep going, I'll try to distract it. He gulped, even though I'm not sure how, he muttered as the lumbering beast splashed towards him. Sorry about that. No, Josh, don't! Allison screamed as Barry pulled her away. Uncle Carl told me this satchel is a mystical doorway to an arsenal of weapons. Josh muttered again. He swallowed hard and thrust his hand deep into the light burden hanging at his side. He concentrated with all his might. I could sure use some type of cosmic ray gun or phaser blaster, he shouted at the monster as the monster thundered closer. Sweat poured down his face. He stood steadfast against the mad charge of the prehistoric mutant. Josh tried his best to believe in himself and the mystical power of the Turok lineage. That baseball scout should see me now, Josh muttered. Talk about big game situations, he smiled, and yanked a thick bow along with a handful of tech arrows out of the satchel. His grin quickly faded. Huh? Josh sputtered as he eyed the weapons. He gulped. It's not ray gun, but I guess it'll have to do. Josh looked closely. There's something different about this bow and these arrows, he said as he fitted an arrow on the string of the bow. They look more high-tech than the bows and arrows I've fired before, but at least it's a weapon I know how to use. The brave sequin Jude stretched the string to his ear, aimed, and fired the arrow. Who says Joshua Farsi can handle pressure? Josh grunted as the slender shaft whistled towards its tiny target, the right eye of the beast. Splurt. The energy-charged arrow hit its mark, passing through the creature's milky white eyeball, then detonating. The monster bellowed in pain as its tiny brain exploded inside its skull, killing it instantly. Then the hulking gray-green reptile toppled like a felled tree and landed with a great splash. Its scaly skin disappeared beneath the water's surface as it slowly sank to the bottom of the lake. Josh slipped the tech bow and arrows back to the light burden, where they disappeared into the bottomless sack. Did you see that? Barry gasped as he pointed towards the scene of the fallen dinosaur. Did you see what Josh just did? Why do you call him back in his room? Turok, protector of air? Well, he just did a bang-up job for protecting our bot from certain death. I did it, Josh whispered softly to himself. Then, in a louder voice, he repeated, I did it! He turned and rushed off towards Barry and Allison. Did you see that? He called out as he approached. I don't know exactly how I did that, but I did it. Joyfully, Barry clasped his arm around Josh's shoulders. Together, they bounced up and down, gleefully patting each other on the back as they had done so many times before when Josh had smacked a game-winning homer. Enough with the male bonding already, Allison said as she stood there with her arms folded. Problem 1 solved by Turok, our hero, she admitted. By the way, nice job, Josh, but what about problem 2? How do we get out of this miserable place? I, for one, have tickets for the Marilyn Manson concert tomorrow night, and I really don't want to miss it. Josh turned to Allison. I'm not really sure how to get us home, he admitted, but I'm open to suggestions. Allison pointed at the satchel. Maybe there is a return ticket in the bag, he said. You found the bow and arrows in there when you needed them. Allison looked around and shivered. We need to get out of here. See if the bag will teleport us home. She suggested. This place really gives me the creeps. Allison glanced at the thick, steamy jungle at the edge of the marsh. It was filled with eerie noises, strange plants, and terrible smells. I'll try, Josh promised. Then he opened the light burden and looked inside. He concentrated so hard that the beads of perspiration popped from his brow. But try as he might, nothing happened. Sorry, sis, Josh said sincerely. It's not working, Allison exhaled loudly. Why don't we try another seance? Asked Barry. It worked to get us here. Josh shrugged. Why not? He replied. The three friends held hands and touched the edges of the light burden as they had in Josh's room. Nothing happened this time. It's not working, sighed Josh. It's just not the same. Maybe I'm really supposed to be here in Galiana and not on Earth, and that's why it's not sending us home. Maybe there's more to this destiny stuff than I originally thought. I don't know. A look of dismay appeared on her face. Josh went up to his sister and put an arm around her. Don't worry, he consoled. We'll find our way home. Until then, I won't let anything happen to you or Barry. Ellison nodded and flashed Josh a weak smile. She gave her brother a quick peek on the check. Thank you, mighty hero, she said softly. Began Barry. I hate to burst this tender family moment, but I actually have tickets to the Marilyn Manson concert too, and Barry stopped mid-sentence as his astonished friends looked on. Alright, so they're really tickets to the computer expo, admitted Barry, beginning to laugh. Allison and Josh joined in, and the three laughed so hard they had to wipe tears from their eyes. After a few minutes, Barry regained his composure and added, but I want to get home just as badly as Allie does. Then let's find a way out of Galiana, announced Josh, finally shaking off his laughter. Lead on, mighty Dinosaur Slayer, Allison urged, as the last of her giggles died down. Josh slung the light burden over his shoulder and began to tramp through the underbrush. His friend and sister followed his lead. The trio wandered around aimlessly for hours. For all they knew, they could have been going in circles. They had no way of knowing which direction was right and which direction was wrong. They didn't even know if there were right or wrong directions in this bizarre place. It's hopeless, Allison finally admitted. She sat down on a rotting tree stump in a tiny clearing. We're lost and starving, she looked at the light burden slung over her brother's arm. I'd swap that mystical satchel for a picnic basket in a heartbeat, she admitted. What do you see? Josh asked. Is it food? Allison asked gingerly. Fruits or nuts? It's a bird, Barry answered. I see a big bird. It's circling right above us. Josh put a hand over his eyes to shield them for a better look. That is one huge bird, he said, and it's way up there. Josh got to his feet. Let's keep going, he said. Sitting here isn't gonna get us anywhere. Allison and Barry stood up. Wearily, they followed Josh into the woods. A short time later, they entered a large open meadow. At least we're out of the woods, literally, Allison said. Barry gazed skyward. Look, he said as he pointed upward. That bird is still with us. Just then, the huge bird broke through the clouds and began to dive towards them. Gradually, Barry saw it more clearly. That's not a bird, yelled Barry in alarm. It's a giant flying reptile, a pteranodon, or whatever dinosaur creature the pteranodon has mutated into in this crazy place. The winged dinosaur streaked out the heavens and dove towards the defenseless trio standing in the center of the clearing. The mutated pteranodon screeched ferociously as it bulleted its prey. Quick, hit the dirt! Josh shouted. He shoved Allison to her knees and dropped to the turf himself. Allison tumbled into the tall grass and Barry dove headfirst into the ground. The pteranodon swooped slowly. Its sharp talons caught the edge of Barry's shirt and tore the right sleeve off. Ah! Screamed Barry as the monster climbed and prepared to dive again. We're dead dogs cutting them open like this, Barry said, looking at his shredder shirt. And I was gonna wear this shirt to the computer expo too. Good thing I won't be home in time. He shrugged, then crawled through the tall grass towards Allison. We're not dead dogs, and we're not sitting dogs either, Josh answered boldly. He rolled on his back and grabbed to the light burden. His sister and friend cowered behind him as he reached into the satchel. I promised I wouldn't let anything happen to you, sis, Josh swore, and I mean it. He yanked a huge rifle out of the satchel. It was a tranquilizer gun. What is that? Barry asked. I'm not sure, Josh answered, peered into the barrel of the rifle, but it looks like it fired some type of darts. Josh raised the rifle to his shoulder. The pteranodon was just beginning the second dive. Josh got to a kneeling position to fire. He squeezed the trigger. Blam! Whoosh! A tranquilizer dart zoomed through the air, heading to the flying dinosaur, but the creature moved quickly, shifting its flight path. The dart zipped past it as its dive continued. This time, Josh was the target. Razor-sharp talons flashed inches from his face. The young Turok twisted out of the way, but the talon scraped Josh's shoulder and caught hold of the light burden. The beast soared skyward with the satchel firmly in its grip. Are you all right? Shouted Allison as she jumped to her brother's side. It's just a scratch, said Josh, looking at the small trickle of blood on his shoulder. But that thing has the light burden. I can't believe it. I've been Turok for all of a week, and already I've lost the one thing that has been passed down from Turok to Turok for thousands of years. You still got the gun, Barry reminded his friend. That's right, said Josh firmly. He raised the weapon and sighted his target. This time I need to anticipate his flight, lead the shot a bit, then he gently squeezed the trigger. The second tranquilizer dart streaked into the sky, and this time it stuck the pteranodon into its long, slender neck. The winged reptile screeched and somersaulted tail over beak. Its massive leathery wings began to flap as the effect of the tranquilizer took a strange hold of its muscles. The monster's limbs jerked spasmodically and then froze. The beast plummeted out of the sky like a stone and crashed loudly into the groves of trees at the opposite side of the meadow with the light burden still in its grasp. Good shot, complimented Barry. You bagged the pteranodon, so to speak. Allison got up. She joined Barry and Josh as they moved towards the motionless monster. The great winged reptile remained frozen as they cautiously crept closer. Is it dead? Allison asked. Josh shook his head. I don't know, he answered. The creature's chest heaved up and down with a weak breath. It's just knocked out, Josh said as he carefully unhooked the light burden shoulder strap from the beast's talon. He patted the bag that once again hung by his side. Then he slipped the tranquilizer gun into the satchel. The weapon returned to its place in the mystic unseen Turok arsenal. I think we better get moving before our stunned friend wakes up. Which way? Allison asked in a puzzled tone. This way, called Barry. He waved his friends over. There's a narrow path here. It leads into the forest. Do you think it'll lead away out of the Lost Land? Allison asked. The only way to find that out is to follow it, said Josh. Let's go. Why not? Allison agreed. What do we have to lose, besides our lives, the light burden, and a little blood? Josh shot her a glance as he wiped the small trickle of blood off his shoulder. All right, just joking. Allison shot back. The narrow trail twisted through a thick, eerie forest. The trio of travelers passed dense vegetation that seemed totally alien to them. Most of the plants were unrecognizable, even to Barry's trained scientific eyes. Remind me never to recommend this place as a tourist resort, said Allison as they stumbled along. She pushed a dangling vine out of her path. Strangely, the vegetation they passed started to thin. It was as if someone or something had trimmed it back to a comfortable level. As they proceeded along the trail, the foliage continued to dwindle. They could now see the tops of distant cliffs. The trio halted at the last sparse remnant of woodlands and peered over a barren stretch of landscape. Before them stood a bleak desert plain. The path led through the desert and ended by circling around a huge, strange-looking mound. Whoever cut this trail used some kind of powerful defoliant to kill all the surrounding plants, Barry explained. He glanced out at the towering mound of dirt in the distance. And it's not a natural formation, he said. It was done on purpose. It reminds me of a giant anthill, Josh remarked. It looks more like a big beehive, Allison said, pointing to the mysterious mound. There is something moving around inside there. She strained her eyes to get a better look. It looks like some kind of little insects, like aphids or ants. I think they just look small from here, Barry explained. Up close, they're probably as big as men. Josh nodded. Great. First dinosaurs, and now man-sized alien aphid ants. I think we should just call them mantids, he added, just so we know what we're talking about when we laugh about this later over pizza or two back in Oklahoma. Make mine mushroom, said Barry. I'm starving. As they continued to watch, the working mantids busied themselves around the hive. They were very industrious and seemed peaceful enough. I'm gonna risk approaching the hive, Josh said finally. Maybe I can communicate with these mantids. What about us? Allison inquired. You two wait here, just in case there's trouble, Josh ordered. That suits me, Barry acknowledged honestly. Allison glared at him, very fiddled with his glasses. Well, it does, he said. Now, stay put, Josh commanded. He started out from behind their sparse cover. Keep low and out of sight. Whatever happens, don't come after me. Playing the hero again, Turok? Allison asked. He stared at his little sister. No, he responded. I'm just doing what has to be done. Allison then reached out and touched her brother's arm. Be careful, Josh, she told him. Take care of yourself, bud, Barry instructed. Without you, we're dead meat. I'll be back, Josh promised, and in one piece. He thought on the light burdens. He thought on the light burden slung over his shoulder. If I get into trouble, I'll use this. Boldly, Josh stared out towards the mantis hive. He walked slowly and didn't make any threatening gestures. He kept his arms around in plain sight. Step by step, he inched closer and closer to the hive. I just hope they don't think I'm some kind of door-to-door exterminator, he whispered jokingly to himself. Josh was about halfway to the alien structure when the worker mantis became agitated. They scurried about in a frenzy. I began to emit a piercing whine that caused Josh's ears to buzz. Sensing a great danger, he halted. Seconds later, some new, larger mantids appeared in the sky above the hive. The larger mantids had jetpacks strapped on their backs, which they skillfully used to propel themselves through the air. The new mantids were deadly and dangerous for armed drones. The drones began to whirl above the hive in an angry swarm. Josh watched in awe as the flying mantids gradually formed ranks in the sky. They were preparing to attack. Josh studied the four-armed insects carefully. His eyes widened in shock and alarm. Clasped in their insect extremities were some kind of guns. I'm trapped out here in the open without any cover, Josh muttered to himself. If they open fire on me with their guns, I won't stand a chance of surviving. I need protection. Joshua turned to the light burden. Frantically, he reached inside the satchel, searching for something that would shield his body from the force of the mantis' weapons. From deep in the bag, Turok pulled two mysterious pieces of apparel. One was a magical protective chest plate. Josh slipped the breastplate over his head and hung it around his neck. It dangled down in front of his torso and covered his tattered t-shirt. Instinctively, Josh knew that the wooden rawhide lace breastplate carried the embodied essence of the sacred bird spirit and would make its wearer impervious to physical harm. Whether the spirit of this ancestor, the Turoks that came before him, were communicating with him on some unconscious level, or the knowledge of the power of the breastplate was in the shield itself, Josh was not sure, but he knew it would keep him from harm. The other article of clothing he removed from the satchel was a fringed pair of leather chaps. He quickly strapped the chaps on his jeans. Once again, the knowledge came to him that the chaps would improve his natural reflexes and vastly increase his foot speed. Josh knew that at last he was wearing the attire of a Turok, protector of Earth. Strangely satisfied, he turned his attention back to the sky. Three scout mantid drones were jetting away from the hive and streaking towards him. He sensed danger, yet he didn't want to appear hostile. He remained from drawing any weapon or any kind from the light burden. I come in peace, Josh shouted as he raised his empty palms on the sky. I carry no weapons. The drones headed right for him and leveled their guns. I don't want any trouble, Josh hollered. The drones ignored his overtures of peace and aimed their weapons at the young Turok. The first drone fired. Zap! An energy blast hit Josh squarely in the chest and was deflected off his breastplate. The shot left him physically unharmed, but it hurled him backwards. He ended up sprawled into the dust. A moment passed before the dazed hero could stagger on his feet. Zap zap! The two drones opened fire without warning. Josh quickly regained his balance. He tumbled forward and then rolled to his side to avoid the gauntlet of deadly blaster fire. Young Turok faced his attackers. Enraged, he waved a clenched fist at his airborne adversaries. I came in peace, but if it's a fight you want, so be it, he declared. The flying alien scouts prepared to attack. The rest of their fellow warriors remained in a protective defensive formation above the hive. The scouts didn't seem to need any help. Zap, zap, zap! The drones rained lethal fire down on Josh's fire seat. As he raced around dodging the deadly blasts, he reached into the light burden and yanked out a silver tube with a large opening on one end. Unbeknownst to Josh, it was one of the Turok's most devastating weapons, the cerebral bore. Josh felt his mind focus. All noise and unnecessary thought were blocked out, and the answer became clear. Instead of pulling out another weapon, he aimed the silver tube at the swarm of mantis drones and united all his thoughts into one single theme: attack. Instantly, 3 silver metallic projectiles shot up skyward. The projectiles homed in on the brainwaves of the 3 drones. No matter how fast they flew or what evasive course they chose, the targets could not evade the projectiles or alter their ultimate fate. One by one, the projectiles found their mark and locked a set of hook prongs on the head of each mantis drone. The prongs thrust deep into the insect skulls upon impact. Instantly, a fountain of blood and brain fluid gushed out of the bored skulls as the victims' life fluids were jettisoned from their wounds. The first drone flew out of control and smashed to the ground right before he plummeted to the dust. The bored projectile fell off, dropped to the ground, and shattered. The second brain-drained mantis whirled in a spiral, then shot top first towards the ground. Crash! The drone's body smashed apart upon impact. The third flying attacker landed on top of the second in a lifeless heap. "I'd better get out of here," Josh whispered, huffing awe. He returned his weapon to the satchel. Then, turning his back to the hive, he ran faster than he'd ever run before. The young Turok ran as swiftly as the wind, powered by the chaps he wore on his muscular legs. Seconds later, he was back with Barry and Allison. "We saw what happened," Barry sputtered. "They attacked you for no reason." "Nice dudes, bro," Allison said as she checked out her brother's new outfit. "How about yanking a fresh set of threads out of that bag for me?" "I don't think I have anything in your size," Josh quipped as he led his sister and his best friend back into the woods. "If the rest of those mantis attack, we're doomed. Come on, let's head back to those cliffs on the other side of the forest." The weary travelers dashed into the foliage without so much as a backward glance at the buzzing alien hive. Whew! That was a lot. I think this chapter was a little bit longer. Hang on, what time is it? Oh no, 9:30. Why does time have to freaking move on? Wait, what was the NP0? I think it's this one. There we go. Is there a way to save this progress? Okay, I'll just have to memorize this then. Chapter 6. Go back. There you are. You need water and stretch. Hell yeah. Hang on. Oh shit. Ouch. Why do I always do this? Why does it always happen to me, Jordan? Yeah, it is 9:30. This is usually the time that you got caught blocking. No, you know, this is about the time that I usually stop. I wish I could stream longer, but either my voice will die or my eyes will die. Wait, hang on a second. I gotta close this. Goodbye. There we go. All right, so there you have it. First 5 chapters of the Turok novel. I don't remember many of the details. I've read these novels ages ago, and I don't remember many of the details of the novels. Eh, it was fun. Hell yeah! I'm just glad. I just wish I couldn't like fumble around my words with the whenever I talk. Oh God, what's wrong with the? What is wrong with my connection? It's on the red. What the hell? I hope the quality is good. OBS is on the red. I don't know what's going on. Let me check. Let me check. Twitch. Let's see Twitch. Let me open Twitch. I hope. Oh no! Don't tell me. Oh, I think I know why. It was probably because I had the music on. Yeah, it was probably because I had the yeah. There's some weird issues going on. Let me check the auto. Or maybe not. I don't know. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. Whatever. Yeah, there's something weird. There's got something weird going on. OBS is giving me red. Reading for like it's on the red. That means my connection is not good. Oh, now it's going back. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, whatever. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't break tomorrow. Huh. Well, whatever. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Tomorrow, Resident Evil. Wait, what's wrong with my model? Something's wrong with my model. It keeps talking, even though I stopped talking. Huh? What the hell? Hell yeah. You know it, tomorrow Resident Evil because Monday I don't have work, so that means I can definitely stream. Besos. Kisses to you too, Yuki, and Tony, and whoever else is watching. Oh, yeah, and Seer too. Hell yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, I may start at 6, like an hour earlier, instead of 7 p.m. Yeah, instead of 7 p.m. I'm gonna start like maybe at like 6. I'll try. I'll see. We'll see. But yeah. So thank you for dropping by tonight to stream, and good night. Good night.